welcome back everyone to another episode of what's our podcast name?
Leave your ego at the door, bro.
Leave Your Ego at the Door podcast. But it's been so long since it's been so long that I forgot the name.
We left it at the door for a little bit, but we're back, dude.
Yeah, we both got busy and life is full, which is a blessing. So
Yeah, I feel like we were at a point we were in the middle of summer when we started that, right? Like end of season, going into summer.
yeah,
So I think both of our schedules just really worked out perfectly.
yeah,
And then once we both hit, because you got a couple of clients, right? And then I did too,
yeah.
through you helping me with what it is that you do, which you fucking figured it out.
Yeah, we had some cool success with some Facebook ads.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then ever since that happened, like I haven't said no to clients really, because during the summer, we're in Florida, for those of you that don't know. So during the summer, things slow down. But Andrew,
Do they, or is that just like a limiting belief that
it is okay. Well,
because
good,
there's the
good
same
point.
because our clientele that we want to work with, I guess maybe our businesses would be different, but I feel like a lot of the people
You
want
right.
people who live here year round. Anyway,
I do.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
yeah,
But a lot of my clientele who are the very wealthy people that are here,
They travel around
They
in the
don't want to
summer.
be here during the heat, so they leave.
Yeah.
So I don't benefit from them being gone because their cars aren't moving.
Yeah.
Or they take them up north so that I can't wash them. But that leaves. What does happen, which is nice. I end up encountering like a new client base, like a summer client base.
yeah,
And then usually those people start to become regulars. So coming back into season with like a couple new regulars on top of my regulars that return, it gives me like a nice.
we're gonna have a good fall.
a good fall because
Christmas is gonna be busting this year.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, consistent work through through May.
Yeah.
Consistent. Like,
So I just want to talk about one thing.
Yeah.
About that whole situation, right? Like, so I know that like small businesses are always tight on money when it comes to marketing, right? And like if you're doing something like Google Ads or whatever it is, and like you're not getting a return on your money, it's important to like look into other different areas to see where you can get the best return on your investment, and I just leveraged someone in my network to kind of help me set up an ad that I didn't know too much about, right? That's another thing. Like, don't say you can't do something if you haven't went out and try to do it. Try and then fail and then say like, oh, you can't do it, or you need to find a different way to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was like, oh, I think we can figure this out. We can unlock this. So I literally just watched a couple YouTube videos, asked a friend that I knew who was in the space, and generating leads. I didn't check the dashboard yet, today or yesterday, but generating leads for like $7, and as long as you can close, a few of those, then
look at the leads that you helped me generate for my business.
yeah. So that was really cool. Not only for you to get some more clients, but for me to like put that in my tool belt that like, hey, if like you're a service-based business and you want to use videos or good images to create some ads to generate leads at like low cost for your business through social media, then I can help you with that. And now I can say that.
You should clip that out and post it.
That was a good ass reel.
That was a good fucking... No, because Matt and I, my business coach, we had our meeting yesterday, and we actually...
You showed him the numbers?
I showed him the numbers, but you have access to like more in-depth stuff. But just based on what
it's
we
on
had,
like my account. Yeah.
So, but we were able to see out of like, I think we've had, we've closed like 15 leads out of like less than 30, which is over 50% conversion rate, which is fucking good when it comes to sales, bro.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
But not only that, the return on investment has been wild because multiple
Yeah, we've
clients,
spent not even $600.
not even 600.
And you got 15 clients.
And
And the average ticket's $200.
200, but like the majority, not the, well, yeah. The
And you
majority
had you upsold a bunch.
I upsold a bunch, multiple cars, and
Yeah.
some of them have already called back.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's another, that to the testimony.
And that's like not even 1 month of what you would have spent on Google Ads.
And that's like, yeah.
So we made a plan. We took a risk. We We adjusted when things need to be. We changed
you went to the
creatives.
unknown.
Like yeah. Super cool. We also just did a cold plunge, so we're feeling like super energized and freaking dialed in right now.
You got to clip that sound bite in here in this moment.
Which one?
Oh fuck!
Oh yeah. I can play it right now for you. I can play it. You'll be able to hear it through the thing. All right, here's Lalo getting into the cold plunge. All right, here we go.
Sorry. Oh fuck. It's okay. Oh fuck. Relax.
Ooh.
Breathe in. Box breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know what this reminds me of? Have you seen the grape lady where she's crushing the grapes and then she falls down?
She's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, can't breathe. Oh. That was you getting into the cold plunge. I just love things that are healthy for you that are also like super hard to do. That like make you feel good at the end of the day.
I feel hollow. I feel good. I'm still a little chilly.
I'm cold too.
That was the coldest. That was by far.
Yeah.
The coldest plunge I've ever done.
It really lowers your core temperature for like a good amount of time, like hours after you do it.
I haven't felt like this after a cold plunge, any other cold plunge I've done.
Yeah.
Is that a company that you're working with?
No.
Oh.
So a good friend and client of mine was moving.
Oh.
And he gave me that because
what a gold mine right there.
I got super lucky. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show like when you treat people like clients, friends, whatever it is, like if you just treat people decently, like it always comes back to you.
It's abundance, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a good guy.
Yeah.
You do good work. You do
well,
good
thank
things.
You,
You're
I
a good
appreciate
person.
that.
And
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's so many things that I want to talk about. I can't even remember. Like every time I like think of something like a little nugget that I have, like, oh man, we need to talk about this on the podcast. So I started like writing them down in the thing. But I know we just wanted to kind of rip a casual combo today and just see where it goes. One thing that I do want to talk about though, is like the power of saying no and like being able to like control your time and attention.
The power of no.
Yeah. Because I've realized that like in the past couple weeks I've been feeling very scattered and just like overly busy but not productive. And like I'm realizing that whenever somebody calls me, I answer. Whenever someone texts me, I answer. Whenever someone emails me, I answer right away. And like this week I started like just putting my shit on do not disturb for like a few hours so I can do some like focused work. And it just made me feel so much better about everything. So I feel like
I see what you're saying.
I feel like our attention and our time is like so important and valuable. And it's like as you know, somebody who's busy and has a family and a business and all that stuff, it's like you have to be super cautious about who you give it to. So that way you get the most return on it.
Yeah, you just kind of struck a chord with me there because sometimes, like, I have my business phone and I have my personal phone. Right?
I got two phones, one for the plug and one for this. I don't even know what that song is.
One for the plug and one for the load. So one is for
the drug dealing,
and then the other one is I don't know what the load is.
What's the load?
I don't know is it the load?
I don't know.
Like load. I don't know. Maybe for like the
that's what I would think of.
But anyway, so I got two phones because I sell drugs on one, and then I'm just kidding. But like
he's from Colombia.
Yeah, like around 7, between 6 and 7, if nothing's gone on with that phone, silence, do not disturb. I put it out because if I don't,
your work phone, you're saying.
If I don't do that, I'll find myself like if it's 8 and I hear that like that text message ringtone and I didn't silence it, I find myself like 8:30, like looking at it and then starting to respond.
Just like looking for something to do.
Yeah. And last night someone texted me at 12:41 a.m. and I heard it and I almost got up to go see what it was. I'm like, oh my God, is it one of my clients?
Yeah, what if it was a ceramic coating deal or something?
Right.
For the next
but
day.
now, like obviously I didn't respond to it and they didn't respond when I messaged them back in the morning and then I followed up with them again, nothing. But that's like, I sometimes like struggle with like, because if I get into a zone where I am corresponding with a bunch of people, I almost like my brain like turns that mode on, whatever the work mode is.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll want to keep doing busy work.
Go like deeper than that though. Like what about like other people besides like customers?
Okay, so
Because that's been happening a
all right,
lot
so
too.
this is good. This is good for the pod. 'Cause this is kind of
Everything is the pod, baby.
right?
This is the pod. We're
So
in it.
ever since, and if I mean they're probably not listening, but ever since like I separated myself from like just being disorganized in a sense, like I don't do stand up comedy anymore, and you know like so that means like I don't drink anyway, but like I'm not out multiple nights a week. So I'm not not just talking to random people anymore, saying, "Hey, you want to come to the show?"
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey,
What's
what's
the
going on?
vibe?
It's like, what's that open mic? And then it starts like, you know, ever since I separated myself from that and started really just heavy duty, pedal to the metal, working on myself, like my brain, I don't have people that really kind of like distract me like that anymore.
So it doesn't even happen to you.
No.
That's good.
And then also like which this part sucks because this one pulls me in two directions. Sometimes people will message me and I just don't respond because it's like I know it's healthy, but it's also not. It's just like because I don't want to talk to them.
Oh, I like that.
I just don't care to talk to them.
I like that.
And I
just hate when people don't respond to me, so I just always respond, even if it's like, hey, like this isn't the right time, or we can connect then, or whatever. Or if like, I don't know, I just maybe I just haven't had somebody reach out to me that like I really don't like fuck with like that, you know?
It's not even that I don't want to fuck with them or talk to them. I don't want to have to catch up. I don't like catching up.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah,
and then
don't hit me
like,
with
it's
that.
like, I don't know. Hey, how's the kids and how's the wife and how's you know, it's all going to be good. I'm not going to tell
get
you
to the
that,
point.
you know? And then there is no point. Maybe they're just being nice. I want to
Yeah.
catch up and say hi, which is nice, but I don't know. Like that, I don't think I'm a dick, but like I do sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. Not because I don't want to talk to you, because you're not they're like, I just don't want to. I rather hang out with my family, play Mario Party with them, and that's it. That's all I do now, bro. Just fam.
Yeah.
After work,
Wait
Mario
until
Party.
that baby comes too. It's gonna be on a whole other level.
Even more fam. I'm excited for the baby. Bring it on.
Oh, the baby's gonna be sick, dude.
I'm gonna kiss that baby. I'm gonna hold that baby. I'm gonna wear those wraps that Marie has.
My sister just sent me a Snapchat. It was like Jen trying to change Jackson's diaper, and he was doing like the thing where they like flex their back up, and then like she's like holding his feet, and like he's like twisting around, and his like butt's in the air. And I'm like, oh, this is so cute. But no more babies for us.
No?
No. I had the procedure.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow. Does she? Just to be safe?
She did
Oh, wow, really?
after I had mine for medical reasons.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Apparently, when you're a lady and you have children, the lady parts kind of like they start to like drop down, and like it can start causing problems. You know.
that's tragic.
Yeah. It's fucking intense.
Freaking broads.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's good, dude. So anyway, I don't like talking to people sometimes. I got who I like. You're the only person. Stacy, there's this kid Billy too. That like he's a detailer. He's a wealth of knowledge. This kid's like an encyclopedia. Every time I need something, he has an answer, and it's amazing. Like having people that you can network with like that.
Yeah.
But like you, and my mom, and my dad, and Stacy, and then Alina when she's not with me on the weekends. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all. That's the only people I talk to. Like, I don't leave anyone voice notes besides you. So Stacey will hear me. I'm like, what are you doing? It's just a fucking walkie-talkie. I was like, it's basically what it is. Like a delayed.
Do you have an Apple Watch?
No, I really want
There
to
is
get
a
one.
walkie-talkie feature on that.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to get one. Do you have one?
Yeah, I found one like new in the box on Facebook Marketplace for like $150. I'd
I
recommend.
gotta look that up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Just honestly, I don't like it. I like it and I don't like it. I wear it for two reasons. The alarm, because it can vibrate and wake you up without making noise, so it doesn't wake up Jen. So I can wake up really early without waking her up. And then the workout stuff. But like after I get back from working out, I take it off. I hate it because it's like I just hate having another thing notifying me that there's emails and messages coming in. It's so annoying.
You can't get away from it, bro. And
No.
that's maybe.
So I just take it off after the workout's over. Like I want to track my like heart rate, calories burned, and all that stuff, and I want it to wake me up in the morning. Like that's it.
I don't even know how to get into it because, like, okay, take away just in this scenario, you and I talking. Take away your company for a moment, right?
Okay.
If you had just a job, you would come home and you would just do what?
Jerk off.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, jerk off. That's
No,
see?
no. Okay.
I would too.
This is great. This is great. Great question. Right? I would find things to do to escape the way that I was feeling. I used to ride bikes a lot.
Yeah.
So every night it would be come home, rush to get the kids, get whatever, and then I'm like, Jen, I'm going to the skate park. Ride bikes at the skate park for 2 hours. Not a good return on investment.
No,
for that.
but that's okay. So,
but it's a
So
hobby and it
let's-
felt good. It was challenging physically, mentally. But
was it therapeutic for you?
yeah,
See, so that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Is it like because sometimes like I want to play Call of Duty. I love playing Warzone. I don't know if you've ever played video games or been into video games.
when I was in like middle school, I was.
Okay, so
I'm kind of glad that I never like got back into it because
it's so good. Warzone, like Call of
but,
Duty.
like how much time do you spend playing video games?
So that's the thing. Like during the pandemic,
Like 30 minutes a day?
No, I don't. It's been almost a year since I played. Probably.
Okay. But you want to get back into it is what you're saying.
Not into it. I just sometimes want to fire it up, jump into a game or two. See,
Yeah.
like towards the end of my video game careers, I would jump on for like maybe an hour. I'll tell Stacey, I'm gonna get a couple rounds in real quick, right? Because Warzone is battle royale. It's a huge map, and you're playing against like hundreds of other kids at the same time. And the map's so gigantic, you feel like you're actually like in a real world thing, and you're like hiding in this building, or you're looking for other people. And if you get a kill, it's like, oh my god! But you also like, it's really hard. It's challenging.
Yeah.
But it's fun. But it keeps you like in the moment because you're thinking about what you have to do. And I think it does help with problem solving skills and like making decision making skills, because you're like, I'm gonna die if I, and it's your character, but you still don't want to die because that means you've played for like literally games are like 30 minutes now in that battle royale. So if you die like 23 minutes in, you're like, fuck, man, I just spent 23 minutes and I got fucking killed by and I placed top 50 out of 300 or 200 or whatever. So anyway, going back to the work thing, is like I've replaced pretty much everything that I like to do that was like that with work. Or not work, sorry,
Yeah,
my
same.
business.
Same.
But like to other people from an external or an outside view, are we workaholics? I don't think so. I think we're just focused on growing that for for us to be able to like. If I think about it from like a spiritual, religious, higher power type of way, I should just be thankful for what I have now, which I am, and I shouldn't need to strive for more than I have, because those are wants of the ego, is wanting more money, wanting like cooler gadgets, wanting to like spend money on this and that. And I just want to have more like financial peace of mind that, like, God forbid another pandemic or something happens, I don't have to stress out, right? So, when it comes to like that that's the justification, is that I'm trying to get to that point, and that's why I'm like not necessarily sacrificing, but I just don't pay attention to like doing like going fishing or freaking
You asked me if I wanted to go fishing the other day. Did you go fishing?
I didn't, because you couldn't go.
Okay.
And I was like, my way. I'm like, let's if he
somebody
says
else
yes,
wants to
or
go,
somebody
yeah.
else wants to go,
Because
I'll
then
go.
it could be like a fun experience.
Because
too.
I like the banter,
Okay.
like
I see what you're saying. It's a good point, And I posted a reel that we filmed here actually, and it was Adam, my coach, talking about balancing like family, and not balance, but it was like, I don't want to be like fully in the business and be an absentee dad, or like and like Jen was like, you remember that reel you posted the other day? Because I was on my phone a lot, and she's like, remember that reel you posted the other day? She's like, you better figure that out. And I'm like, oof, like it burns when it's the truth, But I see what you're saying. To me, I enjoy it. Like I enjoy like the process of everything that we're in the middle of, and I know that yeah, like I want to be rich, So
Yeah.
you do have to sacrifice video games and riding bikes and going to
I know.
clubs and going to bars and like
Right.
doing things that like yeah, like bro, today like I give you a rundown of my day. Like took Layla to school, came back, got Daxton ready for school, got him loaded in the car. Jen took him to school. I went to the gym, and then after the gym I went and I had lunch by myself, and I had a meeting, a Google Meet while I was having lunch. Then I went to another meeting with a buddy who owns the Cold Plunge Studio. He's got a few projects that we're going to work on together, which is awesome. Right. After that, came home, picked up Layla to school. She went to gymnastics. I got some work done. We had, we met up, right? And now we're doing this. And then I'll probably do dinner and stuff like that with the kids. And then like, they'll go to bed at like 8 o'clock. And then I'll do like another like 90 minutes of like intense, like focus work, whether it's like making sure like the team has everything that they need or whatever. And then like, hopefully by 10 o'clock, I'm asleep, bro. Like there literally is
You go
like,
from work to bed.
there may be like 20 minutes of like King of Queens or like some kind of sitcom in there. And like,
Wow.
that's it, bro. Like
That's nuts, bro.
that's like almost every day. And like, yeah, there's not right now. I know we're in this season and like we're in this getting into this new routine because like Layla just started kindergarten, like real public school. So like schedules are crazy. Everybody's just getting over being sick, all that stuff. So like we're in this phase of like relearning our lives and stuff. And yeah, like it's important to like in saying that out loud, I'm realizing, wow, like Jen and I don't ever do anything, which is like, that needs to be on the calendar, like date night, something like that. But it's like, then we need a babysitter. We need this, it's just like another layer of like things to figure out
But you
logistically.
have to. Those
Yeah.
things are important.
I agree.
Luckily, my wife is very vocal about that.
Yeah.
Especially now that she's pregnant. She just won't leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding. But that dude, you know what? Take the broad out for dinner or something.
Yeah.
Do something with her. Just you and her.
Yeah.
The kids don't count. Her and I, we're always hanging out with the kids, but like on the weekends, sometimes we're not with the kids. And we'll go breakfast. We'll go to like Costco. We'll consider that like just hanging out. Mm-hmm. And those
just the
moments
two of
are
you,
so
yeah.
important where you're just fucking around, you're being silly, and you're just like, you kind of, you act like you did before, well, our kids were in our lives when we got together, but like
Yeah.
you act like, just a couple, like not just mom and dad
Yeah.
hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's important.
It's important. And sometimes like with work, like you're like Jen calling you out is so good. And
Yeah.
sometimes in the moment it might piss you off,
It pisses me off a lot. Burns really bad.
but sometimes
But that's
this is
when you
what I
know-
say,
that's how you
Stacey.
know
I'm
it's
like, "Do you
true."
like your life, Stacy?" Like I'll say it jokingly and she knows
Yeah.
what I mean by that, meaning like I have to do this in order for you to be a stay-at-home broad, I keep calling her a broad.
You said
She's okay with it.
take the broad out.
Yeah, take the broad out.
Yeah. So I think that's it's sacrifice, like I think that's everything. Like you have to be, if you're on this journey, of like,
They're on your journey too, bro.
somebody said it to me like today. It was like, oh, it must be nice to like be your own boss and like all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Like I'm about to go sit in the sauna, but there's also like, you just don't turn off.
You don't turn off. Now let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So Stacy and I, Stacy, like I bounce my thoughts off of Stacy and then, like we start talking.
Yeah.
But like I was thinking about that the other day, is that I am a business owner now. I am my own boss and I am the breadwinner of the house. Stacy does dog walking, pet sitting, just whenever. It's not like a full-time thing. It's like when people need it, they'll hit her up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always attached to work. Like even if I'm out at the gym or I'm out to lunch, like it just like, the phone will ring or I'll have to correspond, or like people are messaging about quotes and they need a date for this. Clients like, hey, I'm back in town. So like it doesn't stop but like it doesn't, now that like I've been doing it for a few years, it no longer feels like a chore. It's just like this is part of my life.
Yeah.
And then I was walking outside. I work outside. I detail cars, but like I was doing my job, and today specifically, I was driving from the last client, or the client before my last one, to the next one, and I was walking into Dunkin' Donuts to take a piss, and I was just thinking about that. I'm like, imagine if this was like a job and you were just like getting out of your car to go take a piss and then walking back to the car, but you're on the clock, so you're still getting paid. You could take your time. Not that I, take my time, but like I'm like, dude, you got like a cool fucking gig because you could do whatever the fuck you want and you own the company. But I still treat myself like an employee in my head. I have to follow the rules. I have to be prompt. I have to like be courteous. I have to be really professional. I got to make sure I do things efficiently. I got to do things on time. I got to be a really good employee. And that's a good quality about being a business owner is you got to ask yourself this question. Would you hire you?
Yeah.
And then that'll answer whether you should.
I had it in the notepad. Somebody said to me like, wow, you respond to emails really fast.
Yeah, you do.
And like, I'm like, yeah, because like, it's important. It's important to me. Like your needs are important to me as like a client, as a person, another human being. Like, why would I look at a message and just like be like, oh, okay, and just like shuffle it under the rug, or just like be like, I'll respond to that 24 hours later or 72 hours later. It's like, those are the people that I don't want to be associated with. Like I want to associate myself with people who respond to emails quickly, who get back to you promptly, who take pride in what they do.
Mm-hmm. You are incredibly quick with responding.
Yeah.
Like the day that I connected you with Suresh, dude, it was like you guys blew up the chat that I started, but it was like immediately, which is good.
Yeah.
Because that's what people want. Because you're like that on the opposite end of the spectrum. When you need a service, you want it right now. You can go back to the story about me and the tinting and everything.
I am like that.
You are like that. So you're doing what,
It's a mirror.
It's a mirror. You want to be, that's like, this is what I would expect when I want something.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, set that expectation.
It's funny you mentioned him because I told you he just texted me, right? And he's like, I want you to take over this part of this part of that. And like immediately after we had the conversation, I already mapped out everything in a notepad document and I've been like working on it. And he just texted me this whole list of stuff. And it's like, I already mapped it all out. So he texted me and I was going to reach out to him, but I didn't. But like the response that he's looking for, I already have it. Like it's ready to send. And like, he just texted me, So like I'm just always trying to stay one step ahead of everything, and like we had the conversation about our situations are a little bit different because my wife works full time, right? And about how like I feel like my schedule is more important than hers, which it isn't, And then we talked about like moving the needle forward in the business is like our prime initiative, and if we're not doing that, then we feel like off,
we need
but
to
so that's why I'm like that, because I feel like if I'm not prompt in responding and getting back to people about their requests and things that they need, then I'm not moving the needle forward with the business and the ultimate goal of like, time, financial freedom, and I have to pinch myself sometimes too. I was thinking about this the other day. You were talking about you've been in business for years, which is incredible. Like that is an insane achievement. Right. And like, I'm like, wow, it's like September. It's almost September. It's been like 9 months since I've been full-time in the business.
Dude, I forget you're not even a year in.
Yeah, not even a year in. Like,
crazy.
And like never missed a mortgage payment, never missed a bill. Like everybody's fed. Kids are doing after school activities, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, wow. Like sometimes I feel like I'm not doing everything that I should be or can be. I always feel like I should be further along, and that's just a bad trait that I've always had. But like I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing it. Like, and like sometimes I just have to like sometimes, like today when I just broke down my day, like that was such a successful day in my eyes. Like it's completely designed my life around work and the way I want to move and like how I want to integrate health and wellness into like everything that I'm doing. And like, it's just beautiful.
Health and wellness.
Like putting myself first, I just went to Mississippi with my buddy, and like it was
That
an
looks
incredible.
sick.
Yeah, it was super sick. We could talk about that experience, but he's like, bro, you look so good. Like you look like a different person. Like there's like slabs of muscle on you now. And I'm like, yeah, like it's incredible what happens when like you put your needs first instead of your job or your company you work for or whatever it is. You know, like I come first.
Well, you
like now.
choose to do what you want with your time now. Like you are in charge.
But what's wild is that also makes me more productive.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're
It's
saying.
like it's like a double-edged thing. It's like you're selfishly like fulfilling your own needs mentally, physically, whatever it is, but that just makes you so much sharper in the
It's
interim.
just hard at the very beginning when you first do it because
Yeah.
it's scary because you don't know your first client or this and maybe you're still getting used to what it's like to correspond to emails and like
Yeah.
like again I'm a few years in, but I always say this is like you're 9 months in, dude. It feels like I'm talking to someone that's been doing it for fucking ever.
Yeah.
So like your 2-year mark is gonna be nuts if you're
Yeah.
9 months in. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like.
Well, that's an important note to take
Yeah.
too. Is that like I was building it while I was working somewhere.
Well, yeah.
You know, which so like,
But that's
it's
how we all
nine
did it.
months in, but it's really like once I pass this January, like it'll be officially like 2 years since I like started the LLC and like
Right.
been
Same
doing
here.
the reps.
I,
you know?
I had overlaps too.
Yeah. And like if you're thinking about like starting your own thing, like I think that's super important to like keep the stable thing as you build it, because I made the mistake of just going into something, you know, in 2019 with a bad plan and no job and just going full time in the business, and it didn't work out well.
Was that the juice thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn, that was 2019.
Yeah.
I thought that was way before that.
Yeah.
If you don't, yeah. I sometimes like what you were saying about, you feel like you want to be, well, you feel like you should be further along. But I think that if just to reimagine that thought into, and I'm not saying that you're doing it on purpose, but reimagine that thought into like being grateful.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, is you're not being grateful for what you have accomplished because you want more. More is going to come if you just continue to stay on the course. That's the way I look at it now. I didn't know, I used to think like that, whereas like I should be doing more, but now that like the books and experience, now it's like, oh, the longer that you're in this, as time goes on, the easier opportunities present themselves to you. And whereas at the beginning you feel like you're chasing after the opportunities, and then all of a sudden, once you're just fully in this, like once you, like, let's just say at the 2-year mark, right? I'm going to make some predictions right now. You're going to have so much work just based on referrals. Like you're not going to need to have a lead generation process. I mean, everyone should, but you're not going to need to spend money on generating leads because you're just going to be, pretty much like booked up with just people referring you. And that's basically the majority of my business now is like the referrals. And then I noticed that like you'll just start meeting some really like good clients that'll give you amazing referrals, and you'll find out your ideal clients and who is not your ideal client. And then you'll start seeing those people falling off, and then the good ones, and you start compounding all the good ones, and then you keep like a core of them, and then they just start referring work out to you. So it's like you'll see that feeling of like not enough. It's more of like, just wait. Just keep putting like the momentum moving forward and doing all the things you need to do to stay like not afloat, but like keeping the forward momentum.
Yeah.
And that stuff just starts to snowball. And then that sense of not doing enough starts to become like, everything's okay, dude. Everything's fine. Because we both went through that recently too, where like we get a little fucking scared when things aren't going the way that we want them to.
Yeah.
Is that our time?
Yeah, we can wrap it up there. I think that's a great episode. There's some great nuggets in there. Why don't you give the listeners an action item and some homework for the next?
Well, if it was up to me every time, read a book. I
Give them 3.
3 books.
Yeah.
A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, 100%.
What's that one about? Because I've never read that one either.
If you think the power now is deep, dude, A New Earth is very deep. So A New Earth, which is basically what it would be like if we all really like try to get outside of our ego, which most of what it is, if you really think about it, is the way that you react to things and the way things affect you. And when you realize that none of it is personal, then you start to like live a lot better and a lot more freely in your mind. But it's just like working out. If you're not working that muscle, you'll start to forget about these like things, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm fucking depressed. So the power of now, A New Earth, the Four Agreements, and next the Four Agreements, like a 3-hour book if you listen to it on Audible or Spotify, and it's 4 agreements, and I could tell you the agreements right now. The first one is, I don't know them in order, but I'll tell you what they are. Don't take things personal. Be impeccable with your word. In other words, say what you mean and mean what you say, and just don't lie. Just speak 100% truth. Try your best at every single thing you do. Like try your very freaking best. And then I always forget the fourth one. Don't take things personal. Impeccable word.
Try your best.
Try your best. And then the fourth one will come to me. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Stay tuned. This
stay
is
tuned.
important
I
stuff
have to
here.
tell you. Dude, I've listened to this book so many times, and I always forget the fourth.
I've never listened to that one either. Damn, I just used my credit for the month, though.
Don't make assumptions. Don't make it. Okay. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personal. Don't make assumptions, and do your best. I always forget the don't make assumptions, and I'm really good at making assumptions.
Oh, yeah. Because when you assume things, you make an ass out of you and me, right? Yeah.
So,
all right, there you go, everyone. There's your 4 books, or 3 books.
3 books.
$3. We'll see you in the next episode.
Love you.
Peace.